Hi, I'm Scott Lowe with ActualTech Media. I'm here today with Bob Davis, CMO of Atlantis. Bob, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Good to see you again, Scott.
So tell us a little bit about what's been happening with Atlantis over the last year. You guys have made a few changes.
We have made a few changes. At the core, we still have our Atlantis USX and hyperscale product. What we found, two interesting things. One, hyperscale was really making a play on the edge, really in the robo use case, out in remote offices and that sort of thing, with USX really being more of a data center product. Moreover, we found that we were leaning on our rich heritage of VDI and end user computing space. So we really decided to focus very strongly on that use case, both in terms of how we sell as well as how we develop our products.
And how's that been working out? How has that been received by your customers, both old and new?
You know, it's worked out really well. One of the things that's interesting about it is that we've taken the lessons of simplicity of hyperconverged and applied them to the application stack of VDI itself. So we've integrated our entire management stack into the stack of the virtual application and desktop. What that's done is tremendously simplified deployment, provisioning, and managing, and made it much more flexible in terms of where you can run this. And all customers, new and old, are gravitating towards that philosophy.
And architecturally, what has been added to and changed about the product as part of this shift and as a part of your roadmap that you've executed on in the past year?
Well, I think architecturally what we've done is we've really had a methodology of putting our product, our software, in between the infrastructure and the application, and really integrating it into that application to drive that simplicity, as well as reduce the requirement and the reliance on the infrastructure, which gives us much more flexibility in terms of how we roll out our products and how customers use them, whether they use them in a cloud environment, on premises, or in a remote office. They can have the same sort of application and run it the same way in all places.
You have a pretty interesting container story now, too. Can you give us the 30,000-foot overview of that?
Well, very simply, we noticed a strong parallel between a non-persistent desktop and a container. The requirements of how the persistent data needed in both environments was handled, as well as the life cycle of those, when I spin them up and then maybe tear them down. So we said, gee, wouldn't it be interesting if we applied the data services of Atlantis to that container architecture, bringing things like teleport to be able to move containers, snapshot, replication, all these things for disaster recovery and high availability, as well as the power of persistent data. And by doing that, we solve a lot of the problems that the container people haven't even found out they have yet.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
Now, you also have a new relationship with HPE.
Yes. Kind of going back to this notion of really simplifying the VDI infrastructure, one of the things that we worked with is with Citrix and with HP to be able to build the first purpose-built workspace appliance ever using their Edgeline 4000. Their EO 4000 product, which they announced just recently. We're able to bundle all that software together to be able to have a 1U platform, low-cost hardware, optimized for VDI and for virtual applications as well, and to be able to do that in a very economical way. It's an HP product, so it'll be sold through their channels as well as ours at a price point that provides a very economical and high performance user experience for both application and desktop virtualization.
Bob, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. Very good to be here. Thanks.